Hey watch friends, today we're going to be doing a candid unboxing of a name that's familiar in one of my favorite brands. This is from RZE Watches. This is going to be looking at one of their upcoming models. The name of the model will be familiar as well, however this is a brand new one. It's actually going to be the 2022 versions of the Resolute. Completely changed things up, and I'm wearing one of the OGs. This is the one that kicked off the brand here. You can see even has the RZE before they changed the name to RZE. But this pair of Resolutes, I'm not certain honestly which one we received here, so we'll be experiencing that together. They're releasing what I'm calling a version 2, but the Resolute 2022, as well as a Resolute Super Compressor that's actually going to be a Super Compressor watch. So not just a dual crown, completely true Super Compressor spring and all as far as mechanism. So let's go ahead and pop this open. I do want to note up front, while this video is not sponsored, I am part of the RZE affiliate program, so they did send this one in. This is a prototype here that was sent into the channel as a loaner for review. That being said, it is greatly appreciated and helps out the channel. If you do decide to purchase one of these or anything else from RZE, please do use that affiliate link. Greatly helps me out, gets me a small commission. All right, so here we go. Familiar packaging, assembled for adventure on the outside with the slip cover. I'm obscuring the side there so we can't see what one this is. All right, have the same box that we've seen before in the past. Nice matte texture for that. You can see has a nice finishing to that RZE logo. And then inside, I believe this is called tarpaulin, if I'm not mistaken, for the material here. So this is a synthetic material, nice zipper pouch. Long, slim construction. Again, this is all very familiar if you've seen past RZEs. So let's get to the good stuff. All right, you ready for this? Oh man, hey, so I picked a fitting one for this to showcase. All right, so it looks like this is the Resolute version 2, or the 2022 version of the Resolute. So what we are looking at here, and we'll look at these side by side, but the Resolute, this really is truly an update or a version 2 of the Resolute model. So this one stays true. The Super Compressor version, as you'd expect, is going to be a dual crown configuration, but it's still going to have the same case shape and familiar elements. But there's a lot that changes though. It's not just the aesthetic. And let's set these initially side by side and get a look. You can see, so they did carry forward the Arctic gray coloration. Very, very similar from what I'm seeing at first glance. The overall layout of it, obviously there's change as far as the configuration of the markers, but the gradient texture going on for that, similarly, looking at the actual texture on the dial itself, looks very similar for overall aesthetic. Logo instead of the RZE, which that's something they changed a while back, so there was actually versions of these that did have that update, so that's pretty familiar. 2 lines of text down at the 6 o'clock position. As you can see, they lost the date at 3 o'clock, so they had a frame date window before. Now it's replaced, as you can see here. So we have a triangular pip. The markers are pretty familiar as far as construction going around, with the exception of the 12, 3, 6, and 9. So here now we have a large triangular pip style marker at the 12 o'clock. Then we have numerals at the 3, 6, and 9. So bringing in a little bit of more of a true traditional field kind of configuration for that, which I think is a good look. I'm liking that overall as far as the layout. Coloration, you can see the lume is going to be different color here. So while it's a similar layout, we'll get, of course, in the full review, which I will have a full review coming of this. We'll not only look deeper into these aspects, but we'll take a look at the lume shot, all those kind of things. What you're still getting with this, though, is it's still going to be the same titanium construction, and this is true for both of them. So both of the models are going to be 40 millimeter watches, same as the original Resolute. Both of them are going to be, 40 millimeter case, lug to lug is going to be the same at 46 millimeters. The lugs themselves are going to be still 20 millimeters. So again, all of that carries forward from the original, but here's where it really changes. Check out that thinness. So the original wasn't real thick, but check out that difference in thickness here. This one now is a very slim. Hopefully the camera's picking that up pretty well. It is a noticeable difference between these two. The reason for that being, many of you are going to be excited about this. They've made a change from the NH35. This now features a Miyota 90S5, which if you're not familiar with that, you've probably heard on this channel a multitude of 9 series Miyotas, 9015, 9039, 9019. Effectively, the 90S5 is actually a 9015 with no date. The 9039 is kind of the same thing, except the difference in the stem, I believe, for that as far as the hand offset. But for all intents and purposes, it's a 9015 or a 9039 with with the no date there, as you can see from this configuration. So excellent choice there. So you're going to be talking all the things you would expect from a Miota 9 series. So you're going to have hacking, hand winding, good power reserve, higher beat movement coming from that, and we'll look at that in action in the full review. All right, so then on the case back, you can see here similar construction overall again. So on the bracelet, still no quick release spring bars. That would have been nice, but you do have the drilled lug holes there. Sorry, get the camera to focus. Drilled lug holes on the side, so still easy strap change for there. And then again, standard size. The case back looks very similar to in the past as well. The finishing, as you can see, is kind of different here. So this was a bead blasted on the original, and now you're going to have what looks, to my eye, more like a brushed kind of finish, like a satin brush for that. So it has a nice, more luster, more sheen, and you can see that even across to the bezel and everything. So totally different look. They really revamped this a lot, and I'm liking what I'm seeing from it so far. But construction, the base is going to be true to the RZE DNA. So you're going to have both of them are going to be a titanium construction. Both of them are going to have their ultra hex coating, which is their scratch resistant coating. Takes it up to 1200 Vickers. Sorry about that, got tongue twisted. So that will significantly increase the whole made for adventure moniker there, where you can keep for scratch resistance and those kind of things. The Super Compressor, other than the dual crown configuration layout, it will look very familiar. The main area that's going to change is because of the nature of that construction. It does bump it up to about 12 millimeters for thickness. So that's, as I recall, going to be closer to the original Resolute for thickness, which again is not a thick watch by any means. So this one reduces a lot, adding in that Super Compressor piece that does kick it back up a little bit. Pricing and launch. These are going to be launching for pre-order, I believe, on March 14th of 2022. Again, please do tag that link I'll have down in the description to if you decide to order these or any straps, accessories, anything from RZE helps me out. The pricing is going to be, the pre-order pricing at launch is going to be $399 for this version and $599 for the Super Compressor, which that is, I believe, the first ever full titanium Super Compressor that is a true Super Compressor for that. So really exciting things coming from RZE. I like the direction the brand is headed. I like seeing the evolution. You know, as I mentioned at the outset, I'm a big fan of RZE. I've purchased every one of the watches I have, and I have a multitude of them in my collection. So I am glad to have the opportunity to check out this prototype, but the fact that I'm part of the affiliate program has nothing to do with trying to sell you any wares here or anything like that. I truly do put my money where my mouth is, so to speak, as with ordering these as well. But I hope this has been a fun first look for you overall. Let's go ahead and check out a little more as far as the angles, and we'll wrap things up. I don't want to get too long here with just an unboxing, but we will, like I said, have the full review coming, so we'll look at this in detail, see everything you get. Check out, they have the strap that's included with this, and it's a completely different style than the original canvas. Let's take a quick look at that. So you can see now they added reinforcement for the holes. Still no quick release, which that would have been nice there. Unfortunately for me, it is leather on the interior. Overall thickness, you know, it's fairly stiff out of the box, so that is pretty rigid for that construction wise. But I'm sure that will wear in with time if you choose to go that route. For me, I'd definitely be wearing this on the bracelet. I think that's one of their strengths across the board with the brand. You know, you can see it's going to be still relatively familiar clasp here. It looks like they shortened up the clasp, still fold over construction. Now you have 4 micro adjust holes, which actually looks like you had 4 in the past as well for that. So overall, it looks like they shortened it down, but still kept the micro and all those good things. All right, so there you have it. We're really wrapping it up this time. I hope this video has been helpful for you as a first look. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And if you did like this video, please do hit that like button. And as always, if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please do smash it. Helps out the channel. Thanks for watching.